The vastness of space has always been a realm of infinite mysteries and boundless possibilities. Each celestial body, every flickering star, carries a story of its own. But today, a new story is being penned, one that starts right here on Earth. One man, known for reshaping the horizons of technology and space exploration, stands at the forefront of this narrative: Elon Musk. The sun cast its first rays over the horizon, gently illuminating the landscape of Cape Canaveral. Birds chirped, waves lapped at the shore, and the morning breeze rustled the leaves. It would have been a morning like any other, except for one small detail: the mighty silhouette of a SpaceX Falcon rocket, standing tall against the backdrop of the dawn sky. In the past, rockets have been launched to deploy satellites, send astronauts to the International Space Station, and even deliver supplies to various space missions. However, this was no ordinary launch. Whispers had been circulating for weeks. Rumors about a secretive mission, a payload that nobody outside of SpaceX's inner circle knew about. The world waited with bated breath. What was Elon Musk up to this time? For someone who had already disrupted the automobile industry with Tesla, envisioned underground transportation with the Boring Company, and dreamt of neural connections with Neuralink, space seemed like the final frontier for Musk. But this wasn't just another of his ambitious projects. SpaceX was his passion project, a manifestation of his dream to make humanity an interplanetary species. From the inaugural flight of the Falcon 1 to the revolutionary Starship prototypes, SpaceX had already established itself as a leader in space innovation. But every once in a while, a mission would come along that seemed to surpass all that had come before it. And this was one of those missions. Word got out that SpaceX was planning something. Hushed conversations in the hallways of space agencies, debates in online forums, and speculations in newsroom corners. Theories ran rampant. From deploying a new form of energy source to laying the foundation for a Mars colony, the guesses were wild and many. As the launch time approached, people from all over the world tuned in. The scene was surreal. Families gathered around TV sets, students huddled over laptops, and enthusiasts flocked to Florida, hoping to catch a glimpse of the historic event. And amidst all this, one could sense an underlying current of anxiety, a palpable tension. The silence was only broken by the gentle hum of the rocket systems coming to life. The Falcon, with its sleek design and trademark SpaceX logo, was ready. But what was it carrying? What was so special about this payload that the details had to be kept under wraps? To understand the gravity of the situation, one must look back at Elon's previous ventures. When he first introduced the concept of the Hyperloop, it sounded like science fiction. When he talked about electric cars becoming mainstream, many scoffed at the idea. But time and time again, Musk had proven his doubters wrong. He didn't just chase dreams, he transformed them into reality. And so, when the rumors of a secret payload emerged, the world paid attention. Interestingly, in the weeks leading up to the launch, Elon had been conspicuously silent on social media. For someone known for his candid tweets and frequent updates, this was unusual. But every now and then, there would be a cryptic message, a vague reference, just enough to fan the flames of curiosity but not enough to give anything away. Classic Elon. In the heart of Silicon Valley, experts and analysts pored over Musk's previous statements, trying to piece together clues. Was this related to his vision of creating a city on Mars? Or perhaps a step towards harnessing the energy of the sun in ways we hadn't imagined? Only time would tell. Back at Cape Canaveral, the final countdown began. The engines roared to life, a plume of smoke billowed from the base, and slowly, but with a determined force, the Falcon began its ascent. As it pierced through the atmosphere, a trail of fire and smoke in its wake, one couldn't help but marvel at the audacity of human endeavor. And just like that, the rocket was gone, its trajectory set, its mission underway. The world could only watch, speculate, and wait. But amidst all the wonder and anticipation, a question lingered in the air, a question that would change the course of space exploration. What had Elon Musk and SpaceX just sent into the cosmos? The stage was set, the pieces in motion, and the world on the edge of its seat. A new chapter in the saga of space exploration had just begun, and everyone knew that the revelations, when they came, would be nothing short of groundbreaking. In the aftermath of the launch, as the trail of the Falcon rocket faded into the azure, the world was left in a state of bewilderment. What had just transpired was not merely a testament to technological prowess, but a riddle wrapped in an enigma, begging to be unraveled. And in this age of instant communication and insatiable curiosity, speculation was rife. Let's begin with the enthusiasts. Within hours of the launch, online forums were abuzz with theories. Some pointed towards Elon's fixation with Mars, suggesting that the secretive payload was perhaps the first module for a Martian habitat. A place where the first settlers would live, work, and thrive, setting the foundation for a new civilization. Considering SpaceX's Starship, designed for long-duration flights, and Elon's declaration of sending humans to Mars, this theory seemed plausible. But there were others who thought differently. Some referenced his Neuralink venture, speculating that the payload was an advanced satellite designed to interface with Neuralink implants. Imagine a world where thoughts could be transmitted over vast distances, breaking the barriers of language and physical presence. While audacious, it was just the kind of vision Musk was known to chase. Then there were whispers about the Starlink constellation. Elon's ambitious project to encircle the Earth with a network of satellites to provide high-speed internet to every corner of the globe. Could this payload be an advancement of that? A next-generation Starlink module, perhaps with capabilities that went beyond mere internet connectivity? Adding fuel to the speculative fire were the cryptic tweets. A few days prior to the launch, Elon had tweeted an image of a key, followed by the words "unlocking the future." While this could be interpreted in myriad ways, many believed it hinted at some form of groundbreaking technology or energy source. The energy theory was not without its proponents. Considering the challenges our planet faces with dwindling resources and the pressing need for clean, sustainable energy, some believe that Elon had made a leap in harnessing solar energy directly from space. A satellite that could capture the sun's energy, unfiltered by the Earth's atmosphere, and transmit it back. A game changer for our energy-hungry world. There was, however, a more mysterious and somewhat ominous theory that started gaining traction. It was rooted in one of Elon's older statements where he voiced concerns about artificial intelligence. He had once mentioned that AI, if unchecked, could pose a bigger threat than nuclear weapons. What if this payload was related? A safeguard, a watchdog satellite, to monitor and regulate AI activities globally? Yet, the world of conspiracy wasn't far behind. Some theories bordered on the outlandish. Tales of alien communication devices, portals to other dimensions, and even time travel mechanisms. The secretiveness around the payload only added to these wild speculations. Though many dismissed these as mere fantasies, the allure of the unknown made them persist. Meanwhile, the international response was a mixture of awe and anxiety. Governments and space agencies around the world watched closely, trying to gauge the implications of SpaceX's move. China, with its burgeoning space program, Russia with its legacy in space exploration, and the European Space Agency, all seemed eager to decode the enigma. Unconfirmed reports hinted at emergency meetings, satellite tracking initiatives, and a spike in space surveillance activities. The scientific community was equally intrigued. From astronomers tracking the rocket's trajectory to physicists theorizing about the potential onboard technology, the academic world was abuzz. Journals, research papers, and op-eds tried piecing together the puzzle, each adding a layer of depth to the ongoing discourse. Amidst all this, one thing was certain. Elon Musk had once again done what he did best: challenge norms, provoke thought, and steer the narrative of progress. Whether you were an ardent supporter, a curious bystander, or a skeptical critic, you couldn't help but be drawn into the mystery. As days turned into weeks, the clamor for answers grew louder. Petitions were signed, press conferences held, and questions raised in global forums. But from the corridors of SpaceX, silence. A silence that was both maddening and exhilarating. Yet, amidst the myriad of theories, conjectures, and speculations, the truth was out there, orbiting our planet, waiting for the right moment to reveal itself. What that revelation would be, only time would tell. But until then, the world could only gaze skywards, wonder, and wait. In the throes of speculation, as the world dissected every pixel of the launch footage, every tweet, every statement, another tale unfolded. One not of the payload itself, but of the people who made it possible. The brilliant minds at SpaceX, their challenges, their determination, and their unwavering commitment to pushing boundaries. To understand this journey, one must rewind a few months prior to the launch. SpaceX's facilities were abuzz with activity. Engineers, scientists, and technicians were working round the clock, weekends melded into weekdays, and nights turned into days. The relentless pursuit of perfection was evident in every corner of their massive complex. Insiders spoke of a new energy, a fervor that hadn't been seen since the early days of the Falcon rockets or the Dragon spacecraft. Some mentioned late-night meetings where Elon himself would brainstorm with teams, challenging traditional approaches, urging them to think bigger, to think differently. For many, these sessions were both grueling and electrifying, a testament to the gravity of what they were about to undertake. The challenges were manifold. The payload, while its nature remained a closely guarded secret, was described by some as delicate and by others as unlike anything SpaceX had handled before. This meant that the traditional launch protocols had to be re-evaluated, redesigned, and rigorously tested. Every vibration, Every g-force, every temperature fluctuation had to be accounted for. Word had it that a breakthrough in propulsion technology was also in the works. Sources spoke of an engine that could revolutionize space travel, allowing for quicker transitions between Earth and deep space. This wasn't just a standard Falcon launch, this was to be the maiden flight of a new beast altogether. But with innovation came setbacks. Prototype engines that wouldn't ignite, payload housing units that couldn't withstand simulated space conditions, telemetry systems that failed to communicate. For every step forward, there seemed to be 2 steps back. And with the world unaware of the monumental task at hand, the pressure on the SpaceX team was immense. There were personal stories too. Tales of engineers sleeping in their labs, of missed family events, birthdays, anniversaries. But alongside these tales of sacrifice were those of camaraderie and unity. Teams would rally around a problem, pooling in their collective genius, celebrating small victories and learning from defeats. This wasn't just a job for them, it was a calling. As the launch date neared, another layer of complexity arose. The world's intelligence agencies, sensing something significant, began their dance of espionage. Unmarked cars near the SpaceX facilities, drones attempting to capture a sneak peek, cyber attacks aimed at extracting information. The world of cloak and dagger was in full swing. Elon's past statements about ensuring SpaceX's security seemed more relevant now than ever. Yet, amidst the technological hurdles and the external threats, the spirit of SpaceX never wavered. They weren't just launching a payload, they were making history. And they knew it. The day of the launch saw a culmination of months of toil. As the Falcon soared, leaving behind trails of fire and hope, there was a brief moment of stillness at SpaceX. A collective holding of breath, a silent prayer, a wish. And then, as the spacecraft exited the Earth's atmosphere, a jubilation that words can scarcely capture. But this jubilation was short-lived. With the success of the launch, a new challenge arose. Managing the narrative. The world wanted answers, and they wanted them now. Strategists, PR teams, and communication experts huddled. How do you address the world's curiosity without revealing the payload's true nature? How do you balance transparency with strategic secrecy? As statements were drafted and press releases prepared, one thing became clear. This was no ordinary feat of engineering, it was a masterclass in narrative crafting. Every word, every inference, every hint was calculated. A global audience, ravenous for knowledge, hung on to every syllable. Yet, for those at SpaceX, this wasn't about the accolades or the fame. It was about a vision. A dream to propel humanity forward, to redefine what's possible. And as the world speculated, theorized, and debated, the men and women behind this monumental achievement took a moment to reflect. They had not just launched a payload, they had launched a new era of exploration and wonder. If the internet has taught us one thing, it's that when there's an information vacuum, speculation and conspiracy theories quickly fill the void. And boy, did they multiply with the SpaceX launch. From the logical to the downright bizarre, the world wasn't short of ideas on what Elon Musk and his team had sent into the great beyond. Top on the list was, of course, the speculation that this was a step towards the colonization of Mars, a passion project of Elon's that has been well documented over the years. Some argued that the payload contained the initial tools for terraforming, a process to make the Martian environment more Earth-like, to support future human settlers. They pointed to the new propulsion technology as a testament to this theory, suggesting that quicker travel to the Red Planet was now a very real possibility. Then, there was the tantalizing theory about advanced AI. Followers of Musk will know that he's frequently warned about the dangers of artificial intelligence, even going as far as to suggest it could be more dangerous than nuclear weapons. What if, the theory went, SpaceX had just launched an advanced AI into space, kept at a distance to ensure it couldn't harm humanity but close enough to be studied and understood? This idea spawned countless debates on ethics, the nature of intelligence, and mankind's constant dance between innovation and self-preservation. But the rabbit hole went deeper. Some speculated that this secret payload wasn't bound for space at all but was, in fact, bound for the deep oceans of our own planet. They suggested that the launch was a diversion, a ruse to distract the world while some deep-sea exploration or experimentation was underway. The oceans, after all, are said to be less explored than outer space. What mysteries, they posited, was Elon trying to uncover beneath the waves? Now, no discussion of space conspiracy theories can be complete without the mention of extraterrestrials. A vocal section of the internet was convinced that this was the beginning of open communication with otherworldly beings. Some pointed to alleged secret meetings between Elon and unidentified officials, while others suggested that the payload was, in fact, a response to a message from deep space received years ago, hidden from public knowledge. The question everyone was asking: were we finally not alone? Another compelling narrative centered around the idea of energy. With Earth's resources depleting, was this SpaceX's audacious attempt at harnessing energy from space itself, perhaps from the sun or other celestial bodies? Proponents of this theory highlighted Elon's focus on sustainable energy solutions, from electric cars to solar technologies. Could this be the game-changing moment in humanity's quest for clean, limitless energy? But it wasn't just the armchair theorists who were busy. Several renowned scientists and space experts jumped into the fray, offering their educated guesses. Some pointed to a possible exploration mission to the asteroid belt, with its untapped wealth of minerals and resources. Others believed that this was a groundbreaking scientific experiment designed to answer questions about the very nature of our universe, dark matter, wormholes, or even the enigma of time travel. The business community, always keen to find an angle, wondered if this was Elon's foray into a new frontier of commerce. Perhaps a satellite network that would dwarf all others, offering connectivity speeds never imagined? Or maybe the first step in a space tourism venture, where the elite could vacation among the stars. The truth was, nobody outside of the inner circles of SpaceX really knew. Every theory, every conjecture, only served to heighten the anticipation and excitement. The world was hooked, and the narrative was everywhere, from news bulletins to dinner table conversations, from academic seminars to casual chats at coffee shops. It was undeniable, Elon Musk and SpaceX had achieved something extraordinary. Not just in the realm of space exploration but in capturing the collective imagination of an entire planet. And as the days turned into weeks and weeks into months, with SpaceX maintaining its shroud of mystery, the world waited with bated breath. The next chapter, everyone knew, would be groundbreaking. The sense of anticipation in the air was palpable. You could feel it every time someone mentioned SpaceX, Elon Musk, or even just looked up at the night sky. It was like the entire world had paused, all eyes cast upwards, all ears pricked, waiting for that one announcement that would clarify everything. And then it happened. A press release from SpaceX headquarters landed in every major news outlet's inbox, promising a revelation like no other. The date was set. Elon Musk himself would address the world and unravel the mystery that had held us all captive. On the day of the announcement, crowds gathered outside SpaceX locations worldwide. Screens were set up in city squares, cafes were brimming with patrons sipping their drinks, eyes fixed on the live broadcasts. The atmosphere was electric, like the moments leading up to a total solar eclipse. Elon began by acknowledging the global fervor. With that trademark mix of humility and charisma, he expressed his amazement at how a single launch had stirred imaginations everywhere. He spoke of dreams, of ambitions, of reaching beyond the known, and how these drives have always been a part of human nature. The journey of SpaceX, he reminded everyone, was the journey of humanity itself, ever curious, ever forward-looking. And then, with a dramatic pause, he finally unveiled the truth. The payload was neither a tool for terraforming Mars nor an advanced AI. It wasn't a deep-sea exploration device, and it wasn't a beacon for extraterrestrial beings. The payload, in all its groundbreaking glory, was a testament to the union of science and art. It was a time capsule, but not just any time capsule. This one was designed to orbit our galaxy, carrying with it pieces of art, literature, music, and other forms of human expression from across the centuries. Elon explained that while the scientific achievements of our species were beyond commendable, it was our ability to create, to express, and to feel that truly set us apart. This time capsule was SpaceX's tribute to humanity. A floating museum, if you will, that would be a testament to the emotional, artistic, and cultural achievements of mankind. Inside the capsule, digital libraries held the works of Shakespeare, the paintings of Van Gogh, the compositions of Beethoven, the writings of Maya Angelou, and countless other treasures from various cultures and periods. There were also personal stories from individuals around the world, tales of love, loss, hope, and dreams, capturing the essence of the human experience. But Elon had another surprise. In the spirit of inclusivity and collective representation, SpaceX had left a part of the capsule empty. There would be a global campaign, inviting people from every corner of the planet to contribute their stories, their art, their voice. Everyone could be a part of this monumental venture, ensuring that the capsule was a true representation of humanity in its diverse, vibrant entirety. The revelation was met with a myriad of reactions. While many were moved to tears, understanding the profound significance of the endeavor, others were admittedly disappointed. They had hoped for a technological marvel, a scientific breakthrough, or even a hint of the fantastical. But as days went by, the beauty of the idea began to resonate more and more. People worldwide were engrossed in discussions about art, culture, and the essence of being human. Contributions poured in for the capsule, From children's drawings to poems by octogenarians, from digital art by budding artists to anecdotes from remote corners of the world. In retrospect, what SpaceX and Elon Musk had achieved was unparalleled. Not just in terms of technological prowess, but in uniting the world in celebration of our shared heritage and our collective dreams. They reminded us that while looking up at the stars and wondering about the vastness of the universe, we shouldn't forget the wonders that lie within us, the tales of our ancestors, and the dreams of generations yet to come. And as the capsule made its journey, orbiting galaxies and serving as a beacon of our civilization's achievements, down here on Earth, we were all a little more connected, a tad more introspective, and immensely proud of the legacy we were leaving behind for the cosmos to discover.